Can you say welcome to the Citystead? Not yet? Not yet? Almost? How much longer? Can you say Dada? Mama? What about Mama? Can you say Mama? Mama? No? Okay. Say bye. And he's off. Welcome back to the, ooh, hold on. I'm gonna put this up over the weekend. You guys can't see what's going on in that greenhouse yet because those videos are next week's videos. But I kind of wanted to make a little video just because it is into the frost week. We had 3 days this week that supposedly got down to 31, 32, I think 30 was the lowest it got. I'm not exactly sure. I wasn't keeping super good track of the temperature like I should have. Most gardeners would know you want to keep track of when those frosts actually happen. I did know one morning I came out, we did have like a slight frost on the grass and stuff. It wasn't really hard, it wasn't a hard frost, so I've been playing a little bit of a gambling game. I haven't picked all of my stuff that's out here because I'm looking ahead and it looks like next week we're gonna have all lows of 40s, which would be fine. You know, you can leave your plants out, you're not gonna have any kind of problems or anything. What I'm worried about is that I got a lot of these tomatoes out here that had not blushed yet. So you can see right here, big Reno tomatoes, and we got a few of them. There's a couple more down here. So I probably got about 30, 35 tomatoes out here that are just really green. So I've never picked them when they're super green and actually I don't know if they will ripen. I thought they had to blush before they would actually ripen. So I'm playing a bit of a game, a gambling game, and not picking them to bring them inside to see if I can get them to blush so I can actually have ripe tomatoes. I'm not sure if that's the right game to play or not, but it's what we're doing because next week we're gonna have good temperatures again. You know, as long as the weather holds out the way it says it's gonna hold out. I mean, here I'm in front of my pepper patch and I actually have a flower open up right here on this pepper. So the frost that we did have didn't kill anything I have out here really. So I think I'm okay if I let it go till next week. One more week of letting some of the stuff go would be good. Or what I might, most likely I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of these and I'm gonna transplant them into pots, or either I'm gonna put them in the ground inside the greenhouse this weekend and week coming up, because now that I know the frost is definitely on its way, I want to do the best I can to try to see if I can push these plants into just a further growing season, right? So if I take them now and transplant them, I got a week of nice warm temperatures that they'll be sitting inside the greenhouse getting acclimated to the soil in there. So I think with a good week of high 60, 70 degree weather and lows that are not below 40, I think they'll be all right and they'll actually take into the soil in there and possibly grow a little bit longer. I mean, it's just a guessing game because I've never done anything with this greenhouse, so it's just what I'm guessing. I'm playing around with it, trying to get it to extend the season out, and like I said, I'm gonna do some winter experiments on trying to cheaply heat that greenhouse because that's cheap and easy is the best I need to, something where I don't need to come out here and feed it or anything like that, like have a fire going or something. You know, something I can do that's real simple and easy, and we're gonna see how it goes. Maybe we'll get some more, maybe we won't. I don't know how much of this is actually gonna be able to show, so I might have to do a picture afterward, but I planted out this whole bed in hopes of growing some fall greens. And they're just now coming up. So it's like the wrong time to just be a little bit sprouted. They're like 4 inches tall, you know, some of these leaves back here. Not really like time to eat them, and not really, you know, that much more time to grow. So this is something I wish I would have done a couple weeks earlier, because if they're a couple weeks earlier that I had planted them, I could probably harvest these right now and we could just use them. So what I might do is dig some of these up and try to transplant them into the greenhouse also, just to see, you know, I don't know how much of this stuff will actually be transplantable in the fall. I've never done that before, but I think it's something that's definitely interesting to try. So I'm looking forward to trying like those peppers, this lettuce. I got a few other things I might be able to, you know, try to transplant in there just to see. I mean, it'd be interesting if you could actually get stuff to grow in there really well. That'd be really cool. What you doing over there? What you doing? You enjoying the weather? Uh-oh. You're on the other side. You're on the other side. How are you gonna get over here? Oh no. You need help? Oh, fenced in lettuce to keep you out. Can't walk on it. Check out that pineapple sage has finally started flowering out. It took a long time this year. I don't know why, but got some pretty nice looking flowers on it now. I've always enjoyed these flowers. I've grown this a few years now, and I think these are some of the coolest flowers you get, especially like later in the year, the fall. You get some of those. You get some like mums, which I do have some mums around here somewhere. Yeah, I should go find those. But definitely like the sage, and it's still looking really strong even though it's been some cool nights, so that's pretty interesting to see. So you guys remember that parsley those darn groundhogs were eating? I actually came out here earlier and I noticed that a lot of this stuff is coming back, just not like real strong, but it's coming back a little bit. Uh-oh. Come here. Come here. Boom. So, all this little parsley is actually coming back somewhat decent for the fact that it was like completely gnawed, gone. Like it was just little stubs, you know, it was really bad. So pretty cool to see that it actually came back a little bit. I doubt, you know, it'll flourish or anything after what happened to with the groundhog, but pretty neat to just see it's got a little bit left of it, and maybe we'll be able to pick it and put it on some dishes before the year's out here. There's our fall mum. It's looking pretty nice. It's got a decent little color to it. I like this one. I really should get some more mums and plant them out here just because it's a really nice fall color to have out in your garden. So as you see, everything else around it is dead, but we got a few nice little flowers on this thing. So it's pretty cool to have that little color right in fall. You know you're getting into that season where everything's gonna be dormant and just brown and, well, white after the snow falls, but it's pretty cool to have like this little bit splash of color at the end of the year. So I think we're gonna get some more mums probably and put some more mums out here somewhere. Maybe just every bed needs at least one mum plant, so I can look out here in the fall and winter and say, look at, there's a little bit of that color. So I don't know if it's the microclimate that we've actually been working on creating out here by setting up some barriers kind of around our yard with the things we grow over there, letting some of those wild grapevines take over and be like a good wind block for some of these smaller plants. But I know a lot of my fellow Michigander gardeners had a frost and it killed a lot of their stuff. I know, and my gardener was talking about the frost being there and making his garden look bad. And Independence Acre Homestead, he had frost really bad. I think 1870s Homestead, they had some frost, you know, and here I am. We had a little touch of frost, but it wasn't too bad. Not bad enough to actually kill any of my plants. They're still green, they're still growing. I still have flowers on some of these. Like, that's pretty crazy. They really shouldn't be flowering at this point in time, but they are, and I'm not going to complain about it. I think it goes to show though that working toward having your own microclimate inside of your zone is really helpful, especially when it comes into the odd seasons of growing, like early spring and late fall, which we've really kind of been thinking about a lot of this stuff as we've been building it. That's why some things are contained where they're contained. Like our garden is in the absolute sunniest spot we get. That might actually help a bunch with actually making it last longer into the fall and being able to start some things a little earlier in the spring I haven't really played around too much with super early spring planting. We did just last year with the greenhouse, starting stuff early, and that was the most we've ever done with it. So I've never had a greenhouse to be able to utilize that, something new, completely new to me. But we've been working on trying to plant this garden out and build it in certain ways that help, like having the smaller raised beds. You know, when the sun comes down, it heats that soil up in that little area, and it heats it up a little faster, I would think, than just regular soil, or if you had a ginormous raised bed. So that's why I keep them low to the ground, and I keep them somewhat small, because I think they can get heat up a little bit quicker that way, as opposed to having a big bed where you got to heat up all of that soil. And I think these are things that help a little bit in our growing in our microclimate, is that we have, you know, thought about a little bit of this and planned for it, sort of, in a way. I mean, some of it is we just did what we had, but some of it was thinking, you know, if we do this a certain way, you know, we might get this result, and just playing around with a little bit. So building that microclimate is a huge thing, and it could be what possibly saved us and gave us one more week here to prepare for the first frost, the first actual hard frost. So I'm gonna enjoy what I got still, pick everything I got out here during this next week, and I'm gonna try to transplant some of the stuff into the greenhouse, and we're just gonna see how far we can push it. Possibly get a little more harvest out of a couple of these plants, and who knows, we'll see how it goes, right? So that's it. I just wanted to chat with you guys about the frost. I know a lot of us are experiencing it right now. It's here. It's about here, I would say. For us, it didn't really hit too hard, but I know it's coming. Probably in 2 weeks time we're gonna have a ton of frost, so we're gonna be in the thick of it like everyone else, and everything's just gonna be over. You wanna come here? And this guy won't have too much more time to play outside before you gotta bundle up like the kid from A Christmas Story. Uh-oh, you fell in a little bit of a picker there, huh? Alright guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.